Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports.
What is up, Ravens flock? IndyCar Tim here with your Baltimore Ravens Daily Blitz for today, May 27th. It is a Saturday. We hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. If you're into golf, there's a lot of golf going on. If you're not, there's a lot of other stuff going on. There's even Baltimore Ravens news and NFL news going on. We know that the Ravens have already significantly upgraded their wide receiver core for the first time in a long time, right? With the drafting of Zay Flowers, they signed Nelson Aguilar and Odell Beckham Jr. in free agency. And now could they be adding someone else? We know that the Ravens were linked loosely to the Arizona Cardinals when it came out that they were interested in trading All-Pro wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. That was pretty unlikely, as it was just over $17 million to get Hopkins. The Ravens really didn't have that much money. It would have taken some creative salary cap finagling in order for them to do that. However, things have now changed as the Cardinals have outright released DeAndre Hopkins, freeing up for them about $8 million in salary cap money this year and getting him completely off the books for 2024, which will help them tremendously. Of course, what that means is he's available again. And now that he doesn't have the contract necessarily that the teams need to worry about, the Ravens or somebody else could get him for significantly less, or if it becomes a bidding war, maybe more. So, you know, the Ravens, again, their wide receiver room isn't bad right now. They've upgraded it significantly, but DeAndre Hopkins is a favorite of Lamar Jackson's. He brought out DeAndre Hopkins' name when he was negotiating for his new contract before he signed it just before the draft that Thursday. And so there's interest, at least from a Lamar Jackson side. I don't know if there's that much interest from an Eric DaCosta side of it, particularly with the money that might be involved. But the people who know things about these things, the people who place betting lines on things out in Vegas, maybe know something the rest of us don't, as the Ravens have been listed in the top 4 teams the most likely to land DeAndre Hopkins. And, how significant is that? Probably not very, but it's an interesting talking point, as the teams most likely to land DeAndre Hopkins, according to DraftKings, is you have the number 1 team at plus 300, the Chiefs. The Bills at plus 300. You have the Chiefs at plus 400. You have the Ravens at plus 650. And then you have the Jets at plus 750. Now, 2 things happen here when one of these teams, again, look at all of these teams. These are all AFC teams. So something happens here when one of these teams signs, if it's one of these, signs Hopkins. So first of all, you get Hopkins, right? That's first and foremost. You get his services, you get his talent, you get his ability. But the other thing that happens is you prevent him from going to one of these other teams. And these are all AFC rivals, obviously. The Bills and the Chiefs, huge rivals, number 1, number 2, along there with Cincinnati in the AFC every year. You've got Baltimore, who's an up-and-comer again, I think, with a long-term contract for Jackson, with an upgraded wide receiver core, with a new offensive coordinator in Todd Monken. I think they're going to be a contender this year. You look at the Jets. Who did they just trade for? They just got Rodgers, right? So clearly they're going to be, at least they think, a contender. So these top 4 teams here that are in the running to get Hopkins, all AFC contenders. So it's as big of a thing for him to not go to a rival as it is for him to come to you. So there's 2 things in play here. Where he goes, we'll find out. I don't think this is going to take very long. I don't think this is going to be an Odell Beckham Jr. situation. Hopkins does have a little injury history, but not anything near what Beckham had, what he was coming off of, obviously. So take it for what it's worth. The Ravens being linked once again to DeAndre Hopkins and his services at wide receiver. If it's a bidding war, look for Baltimore to be out. But if there's not a lot of interest, and I don't know why there wouldn't be, but if there's not a lot of interest, I think Baltimore has somewhat of a chance. So there's your story. I'm IndyCar Tim. Follow me on Twitter at IndyCar Tim. The network here on FanStream Sports is FanStream DSP at FanStream DSP. This is the Baltimore Ravens Daily Blitz. We're going to be doing these a lot more frequently now that things are happening this offseason. As we approach the preseason, all the news for Ravens Flock, catch it on the FanStream Sports Network over at dspmediaonline.com or your favorite podcast app. You can also find us on YouTube. We encourage you to like us, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and we'd love to correspond with you. Our text line to the studio, 214-937-0569. You can text that anytime, day or night, and next time we see it, we'll respond to you, and if it's a good point, we'll bring it up on the next show, on whatever show it is. We've got a number of shows here. But we will do this all again probably on Monday. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see you.